What's going on, y'all? Just learned some things, found out some things, was informed on something that I'm going to speak on today. Sounds like that I might have a land dispute. Some people think they own something that they don't own. So I want to just give you all a pointer on how to settle that without any arguing, without any confrontation. The best way to do that is you have the deed. You make sure your deed is free and clear. Before you even purchase any property, you want to do a title search to make sure there are not any liens, because some people like to try to pay taxes on the property that is vacant. Some people don't know how to do it right. What you do is, if you want, it's basically called a tax lien. You put a lien on a piece of property that you are paying taxes on, or delinquent taxes on. Okay, so if you got a piece of property that has delinquent taxes, then you put a tax lien on that, and then when the property sells, you get the amount that is owed to you per the tax lien. All right, so you get so much interest on your money, and plus the money that you've invested back. Okay, so the money you put in, so you pay $1,000 every year, and you did for 5 years. That's $5,000. Well, you're going to get that $5,000 plus compound interest. All right. I ain't gonna say compound interest. I'm gonna say interest. No, it's a compound interest. I'm sorry, compound interest. So, whenever the owner or whoever decides to sell the property, that lien is on there, and that lien has to be settled before anybody gets paid. So there are some people who are trying to do that, but they're not putting a lien on the property. They're just paying the taxes. And when I talked to a lawyer about it, the lawyer told me, he said, they're just throwing money away. They're just keeping the taxes current, but that doesn't give them any type of value towards the property. Thank you for the likes. It doesn't give you any type of value. All right? All you're doing is keeping the taxes current. You didn't put a lien on it. So those people are not, if you sell the property, those people are not obligated to pay you what you have invested. And it makes sense. But there are some people that I know that are trying to do that. They're trying to do it underhandedly or what. I ain't gonna say underhandedly. Let me not say that. Let me say that they are trying to acquire. They think they're going to get possession of the property. You don't get possession of the property, not unless those people don't. Not unless you get enough on. Let's say you pay for a long period of time, and the money that is owed, you go to collect. Now they have to auction the place off, or the person can give you the property to settle the debt. You just don't automatically get the property. Not certain states you don't, and as far as I know here in Kentucky, you don't. You don't just automatically get the property. And I will say this: I am not a financial advisor. This is not legal advice. This is just me giving my opinion. So, with that being said, I have to look it up again to make sure. But yeah, anyway, make a long story short, how I'm going to settle this dispute of people thinking they own property that I have, that is mine. I will get a survey done. Now, I have to get that done out of my own pocket. That's probably going to be about $250 to $500, depending on how much property it is. So I'm probably going to be on the $250 side. So I'm going to get a survey done, and I'm going to have markers set up, and there will be no more disputing whose property it is. Okay? So that's how that's going to get done. You don't have to argue about it. You ain't got to say, oh, this is what my daddy said this property started, or this is where my cousin said this property started. You got a deed. Get the survey done. Get it recorded. No more dispute. Awesome. So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, you know, if the dispute is amongst good friends or family members, that is the best way to get it settled, where you can kind of at least try to keep the relationship that you have with these people. You know what I mean? You know, if you don't want to have any hard feelings or anything like that, you definitely just go ahead and just get the survey done. That's a third party telling you this is what it is, and it's settled, and we can go on about our business and no hard feelings. Ah! Hi, Pumpkin. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all a glimpse of what I'm looking at. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I just wanted to get on here, you know, because at first when I heard about it, kind of got me in my feelings, you know. But at the end, things happen. You know what I mean? Mistakes happen. People have their own opinions about things, so that's how we handle it. You know, sometimes you got to pay. You got to pay to settle, and you never know. I mean, I get the survey done. Who knows? Maybe they are right. But now I know. You know what I mean? Now I know, and now I know what I'm working with. So you just, not only do you want to do it to settle the dispute, but you also want to just get yourself a peace of mind. That was something that I was told to do by several different people on multiple occasions, and I just never did it, never got around to it. Was any piece of property that you buy, you get a survey done and you get it marked off. You get your borders marked off, and make sure that you know where your boundaries are, because you don't want to build. You don't want to build on somebody else's house, or I'm sorry, build on somebody else's house, somebody else's property. So, yeah, I thought that's what I would, there y'all go. That's why I came back on. I just wanted to let you guys know, because, you know, it's not just business thing, it's also personal. You go out and buy your own home, you want to know where your boundaries are, right? You want to make sure that you're not intruding on somebody else's property. You're not trespassing. So I've cooled off. Lord gave me a solution. So Monday morning, I'm gonna call somebody, see if they can't come out, give me a survey on the property, and get it marked off, and then that way I know for a fact where my borders are. Yeah, Kentucky does too. And you know what I learned is there are so many different laws in different states that it's ridiculous. Like the redemption period. So that was another thing I didn't bring up, was the redemption period. So I need to find out what the redemption period is, and then you got to find out not only what the redemption period is. Oh, the truck is gone. But you got to find out what that entails, okay? And what I mean by that is, when I say what it entails, it's what comes with the redemption period. Do you get the property if somebody can't pay up when the redemption period is over? Or do you have to auction the property off to get what you're owed, and then you get a chance to buy the property? So, there's so many different things that can happen, and you just got to know what your state laws are. You got to know what your state laws are. Again, I am not a lawyer and I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. But I did, me and my friend looked into tax law as far as tax liens, I should say. We took a seminar on it, and then we've been trying to study up on it a little bit, because tax liens are basically a vehicle for long term. So you can get something down the road, you know what I mean? It's not something that you're going to make quick money off of. Your money will be tied up for years. It could be anywhere from 2 to 7 years, or maybe even 10, depending on what states. Yes, I do. We just started this year. We're fixing and flipping. So we have a house that we just finished a couple of months ago. It's on the market. But I also own rental properties, and that just happens to be where the dispute is on one of the rental properties. I was told by one of my neighbors at my rental property, that some folks are under the impression that they own some of my land. So I just want to make sure that that's not true. And when I get the survey done, to be honest with you, now it's come back to me. Hold on a minute here. That is absolutely right. Thank you, babe, for bringing that up. The laws do change every year. So, and it all depends on which administration, which party. They'll change the laws on you in a heartbeat, so you keep up with that. Thank you guys for joining me, for real, and tuning in and talking and interacting with me. Thank you for the likes. If you haven't already, please subscribe. But yeah, this show here, Whalen Enterprises Live, is just basically about the real estate space. I have another show called Riding with Tim. That's where we just kind of relax and ride and just talk about anything. Well, not anything, but you can bring up any subject, but I'll let you know whether or not I'm going to talk about it. But this here, I just wanted to come on and let you guys know what's going on with me, and what's some of the steps I'm going to take to solve the issue. I think I do remember you. Is this one of my young ones? I think it's so cool that I'll get kids that come on here. Man, they're about 6, 7, 8, 9, preteen, and they'll interact with me, and I really do appreciate my kids. I do. I appreciate you guys getting on here and supporting the channel. Whew. It is a beautiful day out here today, you all. I think I might get out here and mow this grass before the rain comes in. I got something to do, but as soon as I get back, I think I'm gonna hop on the mower and at least take care of part of it. My son can get the rest. Oh man. Yeah, just to recap, and then I'll shut up and I'll get ready to get off of here. But just to recap about how you can use tax liens as a vehicle to making money off of property or even owning property. Number one, like my better half said, you gotta know your laws and you gotta keep up with your laws every year. Number two, you got to know what you're doing. I mean, technically, you have to know what you're doing. I mean, like I said, I know some people who think that just because they pay taxes on a piece of property that it's going to make it theirs. No, you got to fill out paperwork. You've got to register a lien. You cannot I'm just going to pay the taxes and then 5 years down the road now own the property. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And even when you put a lien on it, it does not make it your property. That's another thing that people's going to have to understand. You can't just do what you want to on it just because you're paying the taxes. There's a lien that has to go on it. Then after the lien, there's a redemption period. And then you got to find out what law and what your state laws are, or even city or county laws. I mean, because that comes into play too. Your local laws, your state laws, and then you got to figure out what is the redemption period consist of. We met on 12 May. Okay, all right. So you was on one of my lives, on one of my Writing with Tim lives. But you definitely have to, and that's just the recap on tax liens. Like I said, some folks, they think they know the game, but they end up without doing their research and making sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. They end up throwing their money away. And this is actually the second time that this person that I know has done that. They're thinking that they're going to, just because they're paying the taxes, that they own the property. No, that's not the way it goes. It's not going to come to you. Even if they sell the property, you're not going to get paid. If you didn't register a lien, and that lien has to be either dropped by the person who issued the lien, or it has a redemption period, which is what it's called, an expiration date, in my opinion. And that has to be acted upon. So, like when I went and bought this property, the first thing that I did is I asked the lawyer, is there any liens on this property? Before I even bought it. And he looked at it, he was like, no, the person who's selling you this property, it is free and clear. There is no tax liens, no liens of any kind, no mechanics liens, no types of liens. It's free and clear. And then you got people going around saying that, oh yeah, I could have stopped the sale, I could have done this, you could have done nothing. What you did, you just lost your money. Okay, that's why I don't recognize That's why I don't recognize. And I still got to go through and because I want to follow all you guys that comment on my channel and have subscribed. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna subscribe to all your channels. So everyone who has subscribed to my channel, I am going down the list and I'm gonna try. Man, that's like 2,000 people. I'm gonna try to go down the list. I'm gonna make my way down the list and try to subscribe to all you guys. Now, all of you don't show up on my list, okay? Because I guess you're not public. So if you want me to subscribe to your channel, just send me something, and I will do my best to make it happen. But I tell you what, I really enjoyed this conversation. I thank you guys for engaging. I do enjoy it. It's really good. I think it's a good thing that, you know, we can talk about something meaningful. You know what I mean? That we can get on here and actually interact with each other, and it don't have to be something that's going to get you hurt or something silly. All right. Well, I'm going to be looking for you. I'm going to subscribe to your channel as well. I appreciate you. I love you for it. I do. I appreciate all my subscribers. And if I could get you guys, I know your time is precious, and I'm just going to ask a favor. If I can get my subscribers to go on my channel and check out my shorts and check out my videos at your leisure, please. Any lives that you haven't watched, go back and check them out. And whenever you got time, I would really appreciate that. And give me a like and a comment. Okay? I would appreciate it. I mean, I would, you know, the whole purpose of starting this channel was for me to document my journey, but I also want to get it out there to more people. What are you doing? That's your art. I love those body style Camrys. Those were my favorite Toyota Camrys right there. Oh, you was buying fish? Are you buying fish to eat, or are you just buying fish to for your aquarium? Awesome. That's awesome. There's one more thing I want to tell you guys on this episode of Whalen Enterprises Live. I got a good text yesterday. So my realtor, he texted me and said that he had taken one of the people that looked at my house that I'm trying to sell. He took them out to look at another house, and he asked them what they thought of the house, and they was like, yeah, I like the house, but the house in Magnolia is still number one in my book, and that's my house. So I'm still at the top of the list, and I'm really, you know, I'm excited about that, man. I mean, but we have to be realistic too, you know what I mean? You can't price yourself out of a sale. And you can easily do that when you're renovating and you're wanting the amenities in there to attract people, but the neighborhood doesn't support the amenities, if that makes sense. Let's see here. 5 window washers. Oh, wow. Okay. I like aquariums. I just don't like taking care of them. But I was told by Metal Raccoon, which is another one of my friends, and you guys got to check out his YouTube channel. He's got an aquarium and he does glass work. So when you get a chance, just check him out. But Metal Raccoon was telling me that he can teach me how to take care of an aquarium with less maintenance. Some water snails. Okay. Again, thank you guys for the likes, the subscriptions, for tuning in, keeping me company. So again, when you see the title Whalen Enterprises is live, just know that I will be talking about real estate driven stuff. If you see the title Riding with Tim, just know that we're just having fun. All right. So right now I'm just doing some business, but I'm done with the business right now. Do you all have any questions for me as far as real estate goes? Let's see. My father gave me super much information. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm just happy that you're listening to your parents. That is a good deal. I mean, we don't know everything, but we do know some things. We do know some things. All right, gang. So I'm as far as the real estate stuff goes, I'm pretty much done with that. I'm glad I came on here and discussed it with you guys. Happy to see my wife on here. And you guys have a blessed day. And remember, if everybody's a servant, everyone gets served, okay? Before I go, I do want to tell you guys about the situation when I was on my way down. It's handled. I think everything is understood. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it, you know. So we'll figure it out. We'll always do. The Lord always finds a way to help me on these situations. Let's see, let me read this again. 2 window washers are super shy. Yeah, well, if it's a brand new area, they're definitely probably going to take some time for them to get acclimated to the space. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll be commenting to the comments now. This portion, the business portion of Whalen Enterprises Live is concluded. I ain't got anything else to say about the business right now. But yeah, I'm just gonna be commenting to the comments section right now. I see I got 5 in the chat, 4 likes. I appreciate that. Trying to get back to the house. Got some things to get done. like that van. It is a beautiful day out, though. Real beautiful day. If you watch my live Thursday, Riding with Tim, you'll see that I had some car trouble right where that red building is when I cross the railroad tracks here in that gravel lot. That's where my truck, I had to pull my truck over because I had a flat tire. It just so happens my best friend was watching the show, and like Batman and Robin, he grabbed a young man named Josh I just met. He brings him on out. They come out, they help me get everything together. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, Josh did most of the work. Bless him. God bless him. He took care of his elders, and that's how you do, man. You got to take care of your elders. And I have not forgotten about that. And he told me the only way that I can pay him back is to pray for him. I'm telling you, man, I mean, you just cannot. There's no coincidence. You can't be God's giving. That's just what it is. Oh, you see one shy window cleaner. Well, the other one will probably follow that one out. He's using him as a guinea pig. You go out first. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, there's a guy that lives back there. I mean, at one time, me and him was cool. I mean, cool as hell. And then all of a sudden, he flipped the script, and I don't know what happened, but I see him now. He don't speak. So I left him alone. But some people are a mess. I had to wait 3 weeks to put the fish in the aquarium. Okay. Why'd you have to wait 3 weeks? For sale. Huh. I'm gonna turn around and look at that, you all. pen. I'll just turn around and I don't like turning around people's driveways. They get a little upset about that. But I am interested. I still like to keep an eye on prices and stuff like that, you know. Let's see here. So we had to take super care of it. My father said it's because there are some... Okay, I got you. Because of the bacteria. That makes sense. Shoot. This house is for sale too, you guys. As you can see, it's got a garage. Got a little house in the backside there, a little shed. I'm gonna stop and pull in. It's got a carport. I'm gonna stop and pull in there too, and I'm gonna take a picture of the sign. Somebody knocked the sign down. Didn't put it back up. Alright, y'all, when I pull up in here, I'm going to end the live there because I need to take pictures of the place, and I'm also going to take pictures of the sign. I thank you guys again for hanging with me. Love you guys for that. Every Friday, a bit of water out of the aquarium and back. Okay. Whoop. I'm just about passing up. Oh. Okay. Everything ended up in the floor. All right, you all. What do y'all think? Pretty nice size yard, garage. All right, I'm gonna take pictures and I will talk to you guys later. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. And is it Eliza loves her? I thank you. Appreciate that. Send me a post. I want to see a picture of your aquarium. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All right. Y'all be good. Love you guys.